Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Thursday, January 21st, 2016. Ra here in the Lynn-Life, Asha in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic, and most of us in the physical dimension. A couple of days ago, while our attention was on the issue of removing huge soul body snatchers from the Search for Truth pillar, a disaster was unfolding in the Thing One Project's Search for Truth community, and we were not aware of that. We became aware of it toward the end of the day yesterday and have had to redeploy an awful lot of soul presences over to Thing One to attempt to hold the space for truth in an ambiance of lies. It's likely that that's going to continue during the videoed portions of today's efforts. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. We do that by following the instructions from wiser minds above, doing the work to specifications in every moment. With that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Continuing to draw up particularly loosest channels. When we can feel them going up, then we can reach to even smaller subatomic levels.
That's true.
Through him, through us, through the pillar. That's soothing.
That's true.
That's comforting. Well, for the moment, the Search for Truth pillar seems as though it's holding together in an unstable configuration, but holding together.
That's true.
So let's ask to be shown what's going on in Thing One, merging, asking Black Wolf, Black Wolf, Black Wolf. Fires everywhere.
Fires everywhere.
Fires everywhere. All right, let's just start at the beginning. Channels up, our own channels, Black Wolf, our own channels all the way up through Kosa, kind of like threading the eye of the needle.
That's true.
Through Kosa, and he says, what about those other beads I should be able to go through? They're off the midline, so let's just thread through Kosa and then straight on up through Probe.
That's true.
Keep going through the highest concentrations of truth and integrity that we're able to connect with right now, and then we'll start a gentle bifurcation. All those who want to know what's really going on to the central axis of Thing One. All those who are part of the Search for Truth community in Thing One, who really want to know what's going on to the central axis. Thing One Search for Truth community, because
that's
our
true, because
community
Thing One is a larger community.
It is a larger community, and what
effort.
we're actually trying, and while it would be beneficial to them, there are many of our teammates, I'm watching them, and they're saying, I'm not a member of the Thing One community. But when we say Thing One Search for Truth community, they say, oh yes, that's me. I'm a member of the Thing One Search for Truth community.
That's true.
All right, all members of the Thing One Search for Truth community who actually want to know what's really going on to the central axis. All others moved away by the current. And what this should do is create a little bit of a clear space right around the central axis. So Black Wolf, we're just going to be using the basic tools of Search for Truth pillar building.
Nodding.
Bifurcation, screening, and an awful lot of the running cables. But remember that we are the central axis. Until the central axis forms with the thoughts and the intentions, we ourselves are the central axis.
That's
drawing
true.
our channels through others, higher, 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 and drawing the channels of those who are smaller than us, in smaller subatomic levels, or who are beneath us in the chain, in any way, shape, or form.
That's true.
Drawing the channels through us and through others, handing them up higher, higher, higher. How high must we reach to connect with the presence with enough integrity to actually manifest the divine plan? And we remember that We were looking for truth when we stumbled upon that portal of peace.
That's true.
And so we can find something else. Down there, we'll just keep digging through the subatomic. We'll find some truth upon which we can base a life. Some truth that we can use to keep a space for truth inside of thing one, so that thing one fulfills his destiny, living his soul plan and nothing else, doing what's his to do right in that moment, and absolutely nothing else. And this central axis really needs to be based on truth. So all those who actually want to know what's actually going on to the central axis of the search for truth pillar, all others moved away. And we see that there are many presences who don't really want to look at what just happened. What just happened, I guess, refers to the last 3 or 4 or 5 days.
That's true.
They don't want to look at that, and therefore they don't really want to know what's actually true, what's actually happening. And that's all right. It's understandable given that we're surrounded in the filth of lies, but this isn't the right place.
That's true.
You can go anywhere else. Go to thing 2, go to thing 3, or any place else in the all that is, really. You can go any place else. But this is a Search for Truth community project, and here we have to actually want to know what's actually going on. And to Luce, I'm going to say it's just the same thing in both pillars. Both pillars right now have the identical assignment, because he's watching and saying, well, what about over here?
That's true.
It's the identical assignment.
Same thing.
May I be of service right now to manifest the divine plan
by
right
January
now.
17, 2017.
Yes, and to reestablish stability in the search for truth efforts.
That's true.
Yes, okay, so we're just live streaming this up. Now, all of this destabilization occurred because of big body snatchers who refused to leave. And that is the truth. One thing does lead to another. Having that much disruption for 10 days is bound to have an impact, a ripple effect.
That's true.
In all of the projects of the Search for Truth community. When you disrupt the leadership, the projects suffer. Someone up there doesn't want to acknowledge that.
No.
Okay, live streaming up past this person.
It's that same person who earlier this morning was having the aha moment when we were saying the assignment is to
do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment.
That's this person.
Yes. I don't even know what to say to you except how do you manage to put your pants on in the morning? You're acting like a brain-damaged idiot.
Live stream up past
this person.
And they're still looking up after us with that shocked face. Way up.
I feel impatience rising in some aspect of my being.
I think I know why I feel impatient with this person.
Why?
I think this person is part of that Vanavanov oversoul. This person, I'm part of this person, and I feel like
I'm sick of you. Go away.
That's the feeling.
I'm sick of you.
I'm sick of you.
Go away.
I can see how you and I are related.
I disown you.
And I disown you. That's the feeling.
Disown you.
I don't want
Go
to be connected with you anymore.
Go away. You're
That's
disgusting.
True. That's what the feeling is.
Do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment. We say this, I don't know how many times a day.
Maybe 100 times a day.
Maybe 100 times a day. This is so basic. This is so basic. Intent to follow the rules of the Search for Truth community. And intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment.
Which makes me wonder if that person's on the chain of presences with high concentrations of truth and integrity. Like, how did that, it's the feeling of the inspector of how'd that guy get in here?
How did that guy get in here?
What's going on?
Well, we're saying the highest concentrations of truth and integrity that we can connect with right now.
That's true.
I don't know. People find ways to define themselves.
To warp the definition.
That's right.
That's true.
Maybe standing on a ladder and saying, well, look, I'm
look
way
how
up
high up I am.
I don't
That
know.
could be.
Boom, boom. Inhale the mixture of sentient experience. Sort most true from least true, and exhale by burning least true. Just like that, in that rhythm of
good.
life, because life comes to us in a melange of truth and untruth.
That's true.
And when we don't separate it out, we lose our ability to discern what's really going on, and we drown in the lie.
That's true.
And it happens within 10 seconds, usually.
That's true.
Now listen, friends, if we need to, we're going to reconsolidate back in Search for Truth Pillar, and we'll just abandon Thing 1 efforts again. We've done it before, and we'll start over again. But what matters most is holding together a team who stands a chance of success. And so it's possible that we're spread too thin, and that we cannot hold the efforts in both Thing 1. I feel Black Wolf kind of setting his jaw and saying, I am not ready to declare
Kosa
this
too.
complete. She's saying, no
No,
way.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well, with Garth over there and Jeff over there and all those other presences over there, we'll see. But we need to focus on Search for Truth Pillar. And so you guys need to be able to hold that space. And if you can't, you need to pack it up and come back. Black Wolf, do I have your word?
Yeah.
Feel like
that
I do.
I feel it.
Kosa, do I have your word?
Yeah.
Garth, do I have your word?
Oh yeah.
Jeff, do I have your word?
Yeah.
Now, friends, it's incumbent on each of you to watch the other 3 leadership team members and assume they are failing. Don't see how you can flip your assumption upside down. Assume they are failing in their grasp on truth. Assume they need help to reconnect with truth.
That's true.
Now you're more likely to actually be of service to each other. Meanwhile, I'm going to check on them every 15 minutes.
That's true.
Because it's actually not going to work.
No.
It's not.
When you're in it, you can't see it.
You can't see it. What do I know? I know that lies left to rot in a place infect the whole place.
That's true.
And there were some really big lies by Ulysses and Paul, and those lies are still floating around in the Thing 1 space, and the area is contaminated. And if that was part of the Search for Truth Pillar, we would say
we
this
would
is a
yank it out.
contaminated area, take it down, burn it, bleach it out, let's start again.
Oh, that's true.
Friends, it doesn't make any sense to not do that. Can you see how crazy you're being? This is a contaminated zone. It's a contaminated zone. There were big lies pumped into that zone by members of the Search for Truth leadership team.
There we go.
There, I feel like Kosa said, oh, geez, and she's...
And Garth is going, oh my gosh.
That's right, they see it.
Right.
And I feel the feet in the approach tunnel.
That's true.
There's Black Wolf's feet. I see his boots. All right, good. Vroom. And we're back where we were on the winter solstice. All right. Which is exactly a month ago. We lost a month. All right. This should accrue to the records of the large oversoul body snatchers.
That's true. How to word who we're citing to.
Enough integrity to actually manifest the divine plan. That's what we're citing for. That's our North Star. Everything else is simply stops.
Shorter point.
Yeah, stops in the journey.
Setting up to
that presence with enough integrity to actually manifest the divine plan.
Setting it up.
What in the world would that feel like to Thing 1? To go from all that action to nothing. It's got to feel so odd.
That's true. Like the whole world dropping out.
Right. All right.